Today, we're going to be learning about what to do for part 4 of the CO2 Dragster assignment in SketchUp. What this part is going to entail is modifying and customizing your Dragster. There's a few basic things that you can do to customize your Dragster. I will take you over some of them. You can go as far or as in depth as you want to in this design process. The more you do, the more points that you'll be able to get. So just think about that as you are working on this assignment. Make sure that as you're working on this assignment, you're only adding things that will enhance the CO2 Dragster design. You're not just adding things to add things and hope that you're going to get some points from that process. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open up these axle holes that I have. In order to do that, I'm going to click inside the circle that's created, and I'm going to delete those. You can see by just hitting delete, it's going to hollow out a little bit of that port. So let's do the same thing to this back one here. Maybe I have to zoom in a little bit. There we go. Delete. And then let's rotate it to the other side to do the same thing. All I'm doing is with my cursor tool, selecting inside, hitting delete. And then that is going to create, you can see there's a hole in there that my axle would go through. Next thing I'm going to do is actually create an axle for my car. What I'm going to do from this is start by grabbing the circle tool. Next, I'm going to make sure my circle is facing the green axis. In order to do that, with your control pad, your D-pad, you're going to go up, left, right. Left is going to give you to the left arrow is going to give you the green axis. So that's going to give us our circle for our green axis. What I'm going to do is click, extend it out, and I'm going to type in 1/8. So that's going to be 1/8 of an inch. Right there, we can see is an axle hole, or is an axle. From this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this to make it an axle length. In order to do that, I'm going to use my push-pull button. I'm going to click on the inside of my axle hole. I'm going to extend it out, and I'm just going to type in 2, enter, and then that's going to create a 2-inch axle for me. I'm going to select my spacebar, add my cursor, select the whole thing, type the letter M for move, hit Control, click on the item, and then that's going to make a duplicate from there. So right there is my axles for the time being. What I'm also going to do is make these metal. So I'm going to highlight the item, go over to the right side, go to my materials. Under materials, I'm going to select the browse. From browse, I'm going to go to metal, and then I'm just going to click on a random metal. Click on that metal, I will then pour it, and that fills in my axles with a metal substance. From this point, since I already have my materials open, I'm going to close my metal out, and I'm going to start to colorize my Dragster. So to colorize it, under colors, I'm just going to pick some multiple tones. So let's go with like a navy blue. We'll make it school themed. So we got a navy blue on the top. We're going to do navy blue on the bottom. And then we're going to go with yellow on the sides. And then the back, well, let's leave that as white. That looks fine. All right, so right there is my colorized Dragster. What you're going to do from this point, we're going to close out our materials, is you can also insert an image if you would like to. In order to insert an image, what you would do, find an image online that you would want to use, so like decals, logos, things like that, and you would save it into your drive. Once you have it saved in your drive, what you'll do is go to these 3 lines up here at the top left, click on those, go to Insert. When it's going to say Insert File, click on your drive, and then you are going to open up wherever you saved your item at. I believe I saved mine in my 3D projects folder. Right there, you can see that there is a Muhlenberg picture. You hit select. I'm going to import it as an image. And then right there is going to be the image that I want. So I'm just going to click it into place. There we go. And then there's my Muhlenberg image. As you can see, that image is a little bit bigger than what I want it to be. So I'm going to hit spacebar, select that image. I'm going to go to the left-hand side, select scale, and now I can adjust the size of my image. I'm going to select move to move it down a little bit, and then there we go. So now that that's white, I think I might change this back end to being white just so it looks a little bit better. So I'm going to go down to my white, select white, and there we go. It blends a little bit better for me. And then we'll do the same thing with this side over here. We'll just paint that end cap white. Let me close out my materials again. Zoom out. And you can see that I have my decal on the back of my car. Next thing that you're going to do is start to bring in wheels. Easy thing that you can do for wheels, in the components section over here on the right hand side, the third icon down, click on components. All I got to do, type in wheels, and it will give you an array of wheels that you can select from. There's multiple wheels that you can use. Use whatever you like best. There's over 1,000 pages, so look to see which one would fit your car best, whichever one you like. Some of these are going to be better than others, especially in regards to the Dragster. This one right here doesn't look too bad. Actually, it looks like there's more than what I want in there. So I'm just going to look through. Once you find a wheel that you like, what you'll do is select that wheel. It's going to bring your wheel in, and then I'm going to click. You can see no wheel showing up right now. That is because this wheel is going to be enormous compared to my car. So what I want to do, I'm going to focus the screen in, and right there you can see the wheel. From this point, you can see my car all the way down here, how small that is. Right here is how big this wheel is. So I'm going to scale this down. In order to scale it, I'm going to go to my move, select scale, and then using these green handles, I'm going to adjust my size. We're getting closer, but it's still a little too big. There we go. And now we're going to start to move it closer to the car, just so I have something relative to go by. We're going to continue to scale this down. Oops. And then there we can see it's getting closer to the size. So you're just going to be messing around with your car sizing, with the wheel sizing, things like that. As you can see, it's getting to be smaller or more proportionate to the size of the car. It looks a little distorted, so I'm going to make this thing a little bit wider. Make it more wheel-like. There we go. And that looks like a good size. So what you can do with these wheels is we can move them around, get them closer to our car. You can duplicate it. So remember to duplicate when you have your move button, hit control, click on your item, and it's going to make multiple size wheels for you. One thing about dragsters, the back wheels are always going to be wider than the front wheels. In order to change that, go back to your scale, click on the inside, and you can make this a smaller wheel like that. So right there are going to be some of the components that I'm going to use. From this point, what I would do is duplicate the back wheel. So I have two back wheels, duplicate the front wheel. So I have two front wheels, and then start to move my parts around, add them on, and get things to working right for me. So you can see right there, we would go inside of the axle port. You can move those. You could then move your wheel to go on side of the axles, mess around with things, make it work, and then that would be your final. So take your time, use as much time as you need. You have an extended due date for this assignment, so please use this time to advantage. Remember to always save and then take screenshots when you are finished.